I'm Samantha Yarock here with Brian Dunseth at beautiful Rio Tinto Stadium. We are so excited. Just one sleep away. RSL opens their home stadium tomorrow against Sporting Kansas City. Dunny got the job done last weekend. Already tied their road wins from last season. Amazing.
Yeah,
what impressed you most?
I think the mentality. I think the mentality of this group. And listen, what we talked about heading into last week was it was a Minnesota team playing at home, coming off a bad result in Seattle. We expected them to come out strong. They did in the first 15 minutes. And then what we've recognized is at times Real Salt Lake capable of weathering the storm, but showing whether it's Rubio Rubin or it's Anderson Julio, the ability to go directional, north and south as quickly as possible and hit in the transition. And what it does is it sends really a warning sign across the league that, okay, maybe last year goal scoring opportunities, chances generated, shots on frame weren't there, but Real Salt Lake is reassessed in the winter, and that's exactly what they did. And what a debut. To put it in context, Anderson Julio, 2 goals on his debut. That matches Robbie Finley. Robbie Finley debut was at Rice Eccles Stadium on that terrible artificial surface. No disrespect.
Were you?
I was there, yeah. And just to kind of think about how long ago that was, I mean, it's a really incredible statistic that Anderson was able to match.
So big road win, but let's make no mistake about it. Head coach Freddie Juarez, this group has been very vocal about the fact they need to be better at home this year. Only 3 wins all of 2020 here at Rio Tinto. What needs to be better this year? What are you looking for?
As my phone goes off on my watch, no, it's my neighbor. It's what needs to be better. Results. I mean, that's it. Results. This fan base has gone through a lot. This club has gone through a lot. These players have gone through a lot. And there's an opportunity to build equity all around. I think, and I said this during the broadcast, and I think you and I have talked about this on multiple occasions, it's not just the staff, it's not just the players, it's just not the people behind the scenes working in this organization. It's you and I, it's everybody is auditioning for whatever potential new ownership looks like. And when you start thinking about how that looks kind of behind the scenes versus what that looks on the field, listen, we judge the players based on 90 minutes between white lines. Not too often do we take into context their personal lives, what they're doing. By the way, Justin Merrim, congratulations, my man, on the birth of your first child. But the reality is, for these fans, they're putting their hard-earned money into these seats, into this team, and they want to believe in something. And I think what that result in Minnesota did is it built some equity with the fan base that, okay, there's an opportunity for this year to be better than last year.
And no better way to kick things off here at home than a matchup with Sporting Kansas City, one of the all-time great rivals with this club here. What are you expecting from the matchup? We know what Peter Vermes brings, longest tenured coach in the league.
Yeah.
We saw them twice last year, beat RSL both times. What do you expect this year? Some changes.
Yeah, some changes. You know, they added a couple players, one central, one in the center back position, continued to develop homegrown players. I know Sporting Kansas City fans don't want to hear this, and I know Real Salt Lake fans don't want to hear this, but they're really similar in the way that they go about their business and how they want to develop. And I think Gianluca Busio, the 18-year-old who was kind of unceremoniously left off that Olympic qualification roster, he takes the number 10 jersey. The weight of the number 10 jersey is tremendous. And so for an 18-year-old to want that and to know that there's some significant interest hovering around him. Alan Polito coming back from injury. You still have experience in Graham Zusi and Tim Mealy, although they will not be available because of injuries. The only questions that I really have about this team is the center back partnership. Now, I know they assessed it with Issy coming in. Punchis and now Fontas will be what I would think, maybe it's Graham Smith, would be the starting center backs. But there's still a little bit of weakness. It's still early in the season, but while it's not Benny Feilhaber versus Kyle Beckerman, or it's not Chris Wingert headhunting Kai Kamara seconds after kickoff, that organic rivalry that once existed has taken a few different twists and turns, and I think it looks different even though Roger Espinosa is still part of Sporting Kansas City. Sorry, Lo, I know, it's kind of awkward. But I think at the end of the day, we have seen an organic rivalry. And what I hope personally is that this Minnesota United rivalry now kind of mimics the organic rivalry that was created with Sporting Kansas City.
I agree. Well, lastly, if you had to pick an X factor from each team, who would it be?
Ooh, I would say Busio. I would say Polito normally.
I'm a big Busio fan.
I am. I would say Busio. I think something's different. Although Johnny Russell, coming back from injury as well, could be the X factor. He's been named captain of Sporting Kansas City with Matt Beasler going to Austin. For Real Salt Lake, they're going to hone in on Anderson Julio, right? But I think just these are one of those games where whether it's overloads of outside backs or it's Everton and Paulo Ruiz, lumping everybody in the midfield, I'm going to call, let me think about this one for a second. I'll call the difference maker Rubio Rubin. I'll give Rubio a shout this week. I think he was incredible on his, for as much as we talk about Anderson Julio, I think Rubio was fantastic in his hold-up play. It's really the first time, no disrespect to all the other names that have come through Real Salt Lake, but it's the first time since Alvaro Sabrillo that we've seen a true number 9, a guy that kind of like holds up, bodies in, and isn't afraid to take a beating. And I think that says something for the way Albert tucks, the way Dami runs, the way Anderson stays wide, the way Aaron overlaps. I think it just gives a different element to this team, and one of the reasons why I'm excited about this group, despite all those experts picking Real Salt Lake so low in the rankings.
Well, I am excited to see it all play out tomorrow right here in almost just about 24 hours. Pre-game show kicks off at 11:30 a.m. Kickoff is at 12 p.m. If you can't be here with us in person, be sure to watch on KSL TV app. And Dunny, some breaking news about virtual fan experience. No more need to,
no more need to get angry. No more need to be concerned. First 2,500 people through the door are going to get free jersey from Real Salt Lake. So
T-shirts, I thought.
T-shirts, sorry.
Jerseys on Dunny, 2,500.
I know some people. I'll put it on Mary Van Mindy. T-shirts, first 2,500. So get here early. As much as we can fill the Riot, make it the fortress that it once was again. And I know these fans or these players are going to be excited to see you all there bright and early tomorrow afternoon.